Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. I didn't want to let this week pass without remembering 9/11, which who of us can forget where we were on that day? Fortunately, there haven't been many events like that since, though there have been some terrible wars that have continued from that time. But someday it may happen again, because this world is still this world, human nature is still what it is. So what is a Buddhist view, Buddhist approach, if you will, to terror and terrorism? Well, I think we should look upon it as a sickness, as if our body had a horrible condition that we needed to live with, treat, maybe very difficult to cure. But somehow we cannot be terrorized in the face of terror. When we encounter violence, we must be calm. Oh, it's natural to be afraid. Any of us will be afraid. It's wired right here into the most primitive part of the brain. And sometimes even Zazen won't get all the way down there. It's natural to be afraid sometimes. But when we have a moment to step back, take a breath, we cannot be terrorized. We just must allow even the ugly parts of life. I spoke about peace last week, and this is really a continuation of the same chat we were having then. The person who would commit terror must have a terrible, terrible suffering inside. Anger. Something is empty. Something is off balance. Something very terrible is burning inside. And we can only hope that they would know the peace, the acceptance, the beauty that would make that suffering go away. Thus in our metta chant, we chant even for people who do terrible things. May he be free of suffering. May he be free of enmity, loving, grateful, and kind. Because if the person was those things, he wouldn't be a terrorist. I know that this world will see days like 9/11 again, and we must feel great compassion for the victims, people who died, people who lost loved ones. And as Buddhists, we must reach out to them. We have a duty of compassion, not just here, but actually shown in our actions. We must also make this a world where there are less causes for wars and suffering. That's incumbent upon us too. But the one thing that I want to press upon you is not to be terrorized, even in the face of terror. Take a step back, take a breath, sit zazen even with that, and let it be. Even as we cry for the suffering, let it be. Even as we wish this were a world without such things, let it be. Anger, greed, even as we hope for a world without such things, we must let them be. Like a cancer that may take over our body. We seek for a cure. We take our medicine. We may even be afraid for a time. But in the end, even while we fight the good fight for a cure, even while we seek to regain our health, we take that cancer just as it is. We let it be. Just let it be.